My friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. So WWE is planning on releasing a show on Netflix called WWE Unreal, which basically pulls back the curtain on everything WWE, from how they write stories to selling. It looks like, just based on the preview, just basically giving access to every fan about what really goes on backstage, or to prepare for a show, or the storylines, the writer's room, or what the referee is telling the wrestler to sell or to move or to continue laying down, or whatever the case may be. So WWE thinks it's a good idea to basically tell everyone everything about the business. And I think this is a horrible idea and a mistake from WWE. Now, I used to be a professional wrestler, and I still wrestle sometimes on the indie scene, so I understand the business really well. But when I watch wrestling, I try to really watch it as a fan, as someone who just loves professional wrestling, as someone who fell in love with it when they were 13 years old and just wants to see his favorite performers and favorite superstars go at it, who wants to see the story, to see the narrative, see good versus evil, see good triumph, see evil do some crazy dastardly shit, and have the two superstars fight it out like a freaking Marvel Avengers movie. If you went to an Avengers movie and you saw Iron Man flying through the sky, and what you saw was the string that's attached that's helping him fly, because he's not actually flying, it's not real, it's a movie. But if you saw that and they told you that, and you saw the green screen and the animation and all these sorts of things that blatantly slapped you in the face, telling you this movie isn't real and there's no reason why you should believe in it, would you believe in it? If you were watching a magician and you went and saw the magic trick, and then right after he explained the whole magic trick, how it happened, every little detail down to the nitty gritty, why would you care about the next trick moving forward? This is the same thing with WWE. We all understand at this point that it's a predetermined entertainment sort of sport fighting thing, but we don't want to be slapped in the face every time about how it's written, the stories, everything is manufactured, it's all a work. We understand that. That's part of the thing that allows us to suspend our disbelief, because we don't know. We don't really know. So we're just invested in this thing, deeply trying to understand. But now, when you release a show called WWE Unreal to peel back the curtain on everything, then it allows us to be more critical of the product, because we're like, oh, why'd you write that story like that? That's stupid. That doesn't make sense. Why would you tell him to do that? That's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Instead of being invested and involved in the thing, like the vlogs, the documentaries, the behind the scenes about how wrestlers prepare for the day, or the one they did about AJ Styles' surprise thing at the Royal Rumble in 2016. Those behind the scenes are awesome. It gives us a peek into sort of the real performer behind that. I think that's much different than exposing the whole business to everyone all the time, because now we can connect to the real version of AJ Styles, because we've seen him, his home, we've seen where he works out. So now we have this deeper, more intrinsic connection to him. So when it comes to the ring and he's fighting for us, we want to be invested in that. That's much different. And I also think it gives the wrestlers a human level, which allows fans to understand that they're just humans. So maybe interactions at airports and Comic or cons or all these sorts of things can be more normal, because they see this human element of them, but know ultimately that they're still the superstar. And that's really important, to not just be friends with everyone, right? But to be that superstar on an elevated level, but have those little pieces of you that can connect to the fans. I mean, it happens all the time. Now they've been doing it more and more with like ESPN and sports, giving you behind the scenes of a Shohei Ohtani or an Aaron Judge or a Barry Bonds or a Derek Jeter or Tom Brady, to allow you to connect to them a little bit more, while also still being in love with their superstar status and them being so great at the thing that they do. That stuff is incredible. Us fans, we love that. We love to be able to connect deeper to the people that we want to cheer or boo, or the people that we give our time and money and energy to. But just unveiling everything, I think, is a horrible, horrible idea. It doesn't make sense. I mean, you think about it like this. James Bond, right? I think Amazon took over James Bond, and they plan on releasing a bunch of shows about James Bond, just to wear out the James Bond brand. What is so cool about James Bond is that there's a movie every like 3 or 4 years, maybe. So every time it comes out, people are excited because it's not oversaturated, it's not overdone. Also, we don't know much about James Bond. There's a mystique to him. There's a mystery about him. What was his childhood like? What did he do before he became James Bond? We got a little glimmer of it in some previous movies about, him being in an orphanage and have a troubled past and a hard childhood, and then he got into this spy game and all these sorts of things. So we have little details, but we as fans are just making up things to put it together, and now we have James Bond, this super cool, sly, assassin spy who goes out and tries to save the world. That's why we connect to James Bond, because there's a mystery behind how he became the person he is. And I think the same thing is about professional wrestling. There's a mystery for some fans about how the actual product gets made and is fully developed, and then when we see it live, we're like, wow, that was incredible. How did all that happen? If you tell us everything that happened leading up to that, it's less special, it's less believable, and it's just not as cool. And so I'm with Stone Cold Steve Austin in sort of this old school mentality, which I don't even think it's an old school mentality. I'm so good with people understanding the business, with people knowing that it's predetermined and some of the factors that go into creating a beautiful professional wrestling match, knowing that it's a work, knowing that people are working together, but there's a different level, but just literally giving every information to everyone, pulling the string on Iron Man as he flies away, telling everyone all the detailed list of steps it took me to perform this magic trick. I don't think that's good. I think it also gives fans more ability to be more critical, because now they know how the sausage is made. I think what we love about professional wrestling is that it suspends our belief. We can get deeply invested in this product, and we have all of these, what if that, ooh, how did that happen? That makes sense. That was cool. That was great. And that creates this emotional connection to it. And I think that's the most important part that WWE needs to realize and figure out. Besides, they just want to put content on Netflix and peel back the curtain for everything. There has to be a point in time where you say, no, this doesn't make sense for our business. We're going to do it this way, even though it might make us more money. It's about the product. It's about the fans. It's also about creating and protecting the sort of magic trick illusion that professional wrestling is. And I think at least that's my take on the subject. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about this WWE Unreal show, about pulling back the curtain on everything. Do you agree with me and Stone Cold Steve Austin, or do you think this is an awesome thing? I do think it'll be cool to watch it. I do think it'll be cool to see what actually happens. Like, I'm excited about that, but I think overall, it's not a good direction for WWE to go. Do you agree with that? If not, I'd love to know. Please, please, please let me know. And then like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with every single professional wrestling fan you know, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.